Next, types of network security attacks. Let us now look at the top 10 network security attacks. Number 1 is denial of service, DOS. Number 2, man in the middle, MITM attack. Number 3, phishing and spear phishing attacks. Number 4, drive-by attack. Number 5, password attack. Number 6, SQL injection attack. Number 7, cross-site scripting, XSS attack. Number 8, eavesdropping attack. Number 9, birthday attack. Number 10, malware attack. Let us now look at each in detail. Number 1, denial of service, DOS. A denial of service attack overwhelms a system's resources so that it cannot respond to service requests. A DOS attack is also an attack on systems resources, but it is launched from a large number of other host machines that are infected by malicious software controlled by the attacker. Number 2 is man-in-the-middle attack. A MITM attack occurs when a hacker inserts it between the communications of a client and a server. Here are some common types of man-in-the-middle attacks: session hijacking, IP spoofing, replay. Number 3, phishing and spear phishing attacks. Phishing attack is the practice of sending emails that appear to be from trusted sources with the goal of gaining personal information or influencing users to do something. Spear phishing is a very targeted type of phishing activity. Attackers take the time to conduct research into targets and create messages that are personal and relevant. Number 4, drive-by attack. Drive-by download attacks are a common method of spreading malware. Hackers look for insecure websites and plant a malicious script into HTTP or PHP code on one of the pages. This script might install malware directly onto the computer of someone who visits the site, or it might redirect the victim to a site controlled by the hackers. Drive-by downloads can happen when visiting a website or viewing an email message or a pop-up window. Number 5, password attack. Because passwords are the most commonly used mechanism to authenticate users to an information system, obtaining passwords is a common and an effective attack approach. Access to a person's password can be obtained by looking around the person's desk, sniffing the connection to the network to acquire unencrypted passwords, using social engineering, gaining access to a password database, or outright guessing. Number 6, SQL injection attack. SQL injection has become a common issue with database-driven websites. It occurs when a malefactor executes an SQL query to the database via the input data from the client to the server. A successful SQL injection exploit can read sensitive data from the database, modify, insert, update or delete database data, execute administration operations such as shutdown on the database, recover the content of a given file, and in some cases issue commands to the operating system. Number 7, cross-site scripting, XSS attack. XSS attacks use third-party web resources to run scripts in the victim's web browser or scriptable application. Specifically, the attacker injects a payload with malicious JavaScript into a website's database. When the victim requests a page from the website transmits the page with the attacker's payload as part of the HTML body to the victim's browser, which executes the malicious script. Number 9, eavesdropping attack. Eavesdropping attacks occur through the interception of network traffic. By eavesdropping, an attacker can obtain passwords, credit card numbers, and other confidential information that a user might be sending over the network. Eavesdropping can be passive or active. Number 9, birthday attack. Birthday attacks are made against hash algorithms that are used to verify the integrity of a message, software, or digital signature. A message processed by a hash function produces a message digest, MD, of fixed length, independent of the length of the input message. The birthday attack refers to the probability of finding two random messages that generate the same MD when processed by a hash function. Number 10, malware attack. Malicious software can be described as unwanted software that is installed in your system without your consent. It can attach itself to legitimate code and propagate. It can lurk in useful applications or replicate itself across the internet. Let us now look at a real-life example to understand how phishing attack is done and how it can be prevented. Malcolm is a businessman who trades and invests in the stock market regularly. Every day after market hours, he posts whatever profits he has made in social media platforms. Since he is an expert in stocks, Malcolm makes huge profits every day. Knowing this, Steve, a professional hacker, befriends Malcolm on Facebook. Steve gets all the contact details of Malcolm. Using phishing technique, Steve clones the legitimate website of the bank through which Malcolm is transacting and sends it to Malcolm requesting for a change in username and password. Assuming it as a trustworthy site, Malcolm updates his username and password. But Steve dupes Malcolm, posing as a legitimate institution, and the main aim of Steve is to steal data and money and all banking details. As Malcolm adds his old and new password, Steve, the phisher, gains access to all private information of Malcolm and steals all the money from his bank account. Let us now learn how to prevent phishing. Always check the spelling of the URLs in email links before you click or enter sensitive information. Watch out for URL redirects where you are subtly sent to a different website with identical design. If you receive an email from a source you know, but it seems suspicious, contact that source with a new email rather than just hitting reply. Don't post personal data like your birthday, vacation plans, or your address or phone number publicly on social media. Here's a question for you. In which type of the security attacks emails are sent for gaining personal information? Is it man in the middle or phishing? Is it denial of service or SQL injection attack?